Okay. Check 1 2 1 2. All right. This is this is LifeLog 1 or LifeLog Layer 0. I don't know, whatever I'm gonna call it. It is 150. For some reason I thought it was just about midnight, but no, it's 150. Anyways, yeah. LifeLog. This is my little journal, or I guess audio visual journal type beat, where I talk about my goals and aspirations and whatnot. And my goal with this is to be 100% honest, I guess. And also, the goal of this is to hold myself accountable because I have dreams and aspirations, I suppose, and I'm not good at following through on them. So maybe if I make these videos, I don't know why I'm drawing. Maybe if I make these videos, I can keep myself accountable in a way. And also, it's always good to like journal and get your thoughts out there. I keep a journal. I would show it up on screen, but that's going to take too much work and it's like personal, whatever. I keep a journal, but there's different ways you can journal. So obviously, uh, before with the current journal I have, I just type in it, write in it. But I still find with that sometimes not all my thoughts come through in that way. So maybe in an audio based media here, maybe if I'm speaking out loud, I can get more thoughts across or different kinds of thoughts across. I don't know. Maybe this will be good. But yeah, I'm gonna try to upload every day, once a day, and I'm gonna try to work towards my goals in life. And this will be a documentation of my process. So first and foremost, my goals in life currently. My number one goal right now, number one goal, yeah, is college. That's how you spell college, probably. That's my number one goal is college. Um, it's currently the summer, so I'm not in it now, but I'm gonna go to college this fall, August something. So yeah, that's my number one goal. Go to college, get my degree, and then get a job with that degree. I'm gonna I was gonna say I was gonna try, but no, I have to have confidence. I am going to become an accountant. That's like, yeah, I want to go into a. I'm going to a relatively cheap college to become an accountant. I'm going to major, get my bachelor's in accounting, and then maybe pursue my CPA. But I'm not really like fretting about that. I don't know if I'm going to get my CPA. I'm going to worry about that once I graduate or once I actually start attending classes and stuff. I'm not going to worry about that now. But yeah, that's my number one goal. Go to college and then become an accountant and like work my way up the Work my way up the work hierarchy, work my way up a business and make a stable income. I'd like to make six figures, but we'll see. Yeah, I want a nice like cushy. I want to say cushy, but I just want a white collar job. I've been working blue collar jobs my entire life. Last year, last year going into this year was my first time working full time. I worked full time in a warehouse, specifically Amazon. I worked full time for a full year, and shit sucked. I was not a human being for most of that time period. Um, so yeah, I want to try a white collar job. Working in general sucks, but like blue collar work, I'm such a lazy bastard, and I hate doing manual labor. But I kind of put myself in that box and just made myself work full time because I figured I wasn't really good at anything, and it was like I figured it was the easiest thing, like easiest career path, which is true. I like my job is easy. I'm still working at Amazon. My job is easy. I do the same thing over and over again every day. Very easy job, and I'm good at it. But I mean, it's really boring, and I feel like I want to do more. So yeah, I want to become an accountant. I want to do accounting. Maybe I'll put an arrow. Put an arrow and like accounting. Yeah. So that's that's my number one goal. I want to have more confidence in myself, and use my brain more and try to apply myself in a different field. Now, my second goal in life, in general, me make a game. I want to make a game. That's what I got behind me. My engine of choice is RPG Maker because I don't know how to code at all. Coding is scary. I don't know how to code, and I'm not really that good. Other respects like 3D modeling and music and whatnot. Like I'm not really talented in anything, but RPG Maker is a really cool program, and it's pretty easy to use, and you can do a lot with it. So I've decided I want to make a game, and I'm gonna use RPG Maker. I'm gonna try to make it alone. I'm gonna be a solo dev because yeah, I don't really know people who want to make a game with me or would like actually dedicate themselves to making a game with me. So I'm gonna make it alone, do all the assets myself, probably steal a bunch of shit because it's gonna in the end, if I ever do release it, it's gonna be a free game. So I'm probably just gonna steal a bunch of shit, but also try to make my own stuff. I've dabbled in music. I've dabbled in animation. As you can see, if you go to the description of this channel, I've linked my Newgrounds account. I've made a couple animations. They're really bad, but I've dabbled in this stuff, but I'm not good at any of it. But I really want to make a game. I've really been wanting to make a game. So that's my next goal. Yeah. And then three is just work. As I mentioned previously, I'm currently working. I work in a warehouse. But now that I'm going to college, I only work 20 hours a week, and I'm only like working 5 hour shifts now, so it's not that bad. So yeah, that's my third goal. It's just up here because work is important. You need money to survive, and you need a money to you know afford yourself a sense of comfortability and to allow yourself or to to get the basic needs of life, food, housing, and what's another basic need? Food and house and transportation. I don't know. But yeah, work is important. That's why it's on here. But hopefully after I complete the college goal and get a job in accounting, I can cross this off the list and have my career going. But yes, these are my three main goals in life. So, yeah. Yeah, this video is just like a general life log. I think I'm going to call it life log. It's layer 0 because I'm just talking about the general gist of everything. And then going forward when I talk about specific aspects of what I'm pursuing and what I'm doing in life, then they'll be titled under different layers. So for example, in a future video, it'll be like life log layer 02, and then that will be when I discuss my second goal in life, which is making my game. Yeah, 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 yeah. I don't. Okay. So that's about the gist. That's my basic goals with life right now. Except I will say the big struggle, the thing holding me back, specifically with this one, going to college, getting good grades, and then getting a job. Like I'm a little bit, I guess you can say anxious. I almost said scared, but it's more like anxiety. It's more anxiety, right? I'm a little bit anxious about this part. Because like I said, I've only been doing really like blue collar work my whole life. But I would say, I'm not smart, but I'm also not an idiot. I can catch on the concepts quick, and I feel like I have the tools necessary to become I almost said respectable. Well, that might be the right word, I'll say respectable, a respectable accountant. I know it's not only just numbers, but I'm good enough with numbers, and I know it's not a lot of attention to detail, which I could be good at. So yeah, I'm not too fussed about this, but it's really the second goal here, making a game. This one's a struggle. I've been trying. It's literally I've had the idea to make a game for it's been a year now. I've looked back in my journal, and literally I started my most recent journal. I have a couple journals, one in like my notes app on my phone, and then this most recent one that I've been journaling in for over a year now. I looked at my first journal entry, and I literally I say literally so much. In that first journal entry, I talk about how my game idea, this game I want to make, and it's been a year. And what do you know? I mean, I have this, but this is literally nothing. Like all these maps here, these were just I used these for the couple animations I've made. Like there's really no like game events programmed into these. Well, there's some. I've dibbled and dabbled, but you know, basically there's jack shit all in all. So yeah, I've been really struggling with, and the reason why is because of uh my character traits. You could say my whatever the fart. What time is it? It's 2:02, man. Basically, my negative character traits. Number one, I'll put it in red. Flaws in all. Yeah, flaws. One, lazy. I think if you had to pick a singular deadly sin, if you had to pick one of the seven big sins to describe me, sloth would be the big one to describe me. I'm such a lazy fucking bastard. That's another reason why, like I said, I went and got this warehouse job because it was an easy job and I didn't have to talk to people. That's quite literally why I pursued that job, and I've been working at Amazon for like 3 years now. And a big part of that is because I'm lazy, and so that's also why I can't get a game made. Number two, well, inconsistent. How do you spell that? Incon, whatever. I'm inconsistent as a person. I'm very inconsistent. One day I say I'm quitting all my vices and I go a month straight without drinking, smoking, do all that. And then the next month I'm fucking drinking every day after work. I don't know. There's other examples. I'm a very inconsistent person in many aspects. And oftentimes I don't even feel like a real human being. I don't even know what kind of person I am. I don't even know if I'm real half the time. Because sometimes I just wake up, I'm a different person. I'm just on a different mode. One day I wake up and I'm like, time to pray to God and not smoke or drink and go to work and cherish my friends and family. And then another day I wake up and I'm like, I hate everybody. I want to be alone and I don't want to talk to anybody at all. So a little bit bipolar there. I don't think I'm bipolar, but I'm just like my brain's all over the place and whatnot. I'm very inconsistent. Number three, overthinking. I'm an overthinker. I overthink. And this is a big one that contributes to how I've made no progress on this second goal here. I overthink way too much. Like I've had like 5 different ideas for a game at this point now. I just need to dedicate myself to one and just fucking make it. But I keep overthinking and I'm like, maybe I shouldn't. And then I'll make a little bit of progress and I'll back out and I'll go, oh, actually, do I really want to dedicate myself to this project? Maybe I'll shift. Maybe I'll do something else. Like overthinking is quite literally the worst thing in the world. And it's also, I think it's one reason why I wouldn't say depressed, but I'm just oftentimes so jaded and uh you know glass half empty with my worldview type shit. What am I even saying? Yeah, overthinking sucks. It's common in many people. A lot of people overthink. Makes me more depressed person probably. Yeah, overthinking. I don't know. Are there any ways to overcome these flaws? I really don't know. I've overcome some. I almost said many things. I don't think that's true. I've overcome some things in my life. Uh, I've overcome some things in my life as I've aged. You know, uh, it's. I think it's definitely possible to overcome these character flaws, but at the same time, it's really hard. You like my drawing? Frick yeah, gang. Look at his arm. Ugh. Ugh. Yeah, so give him a give him a tie too. Is that how you do a tie? Yeah. He's a businessman. Cool. Yeah, and he's got a collar or something. I don't know what the. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh, but yeah, is it possible to overcome your flaws? Is it possible to change as a person? I don't know. That's a big philosophical question there. Is it possible to change as a person? Do people change? So far, in my personal experience, I don't think so. I think after a certain point, once you reach the age of like 20 to like 25, you just are a certain way and you will just default to a certain uh type of person once you've reached certain limits. That's a very vague way to say that. Honestly, I don't think people can change after your brain is matured to a certain point. Um, so it's going to be a big challenge to overcome my big flaws, but yeah, I really want to make a game. I would, I'd almost put this at number one, but see, I got to put college at number one because this is important. If I want to live a comfy life in the future and live a quote unquote good life in the future, it's important to have a good career. And accounting I think is a good career. It's one of those jobs people say that there will always be a need for accountants in one way or one shape or form. And yeah, your career, you're only as good as your career and the people around you. That's what I think. So yeah, I want to pursue a nice career. I think it's important. I pursue this is my number one goal. But my make a game, spiritually speaking, this is my number one goal because I really have the urge to create. It's one reason why I'm making this video. It's been 18 minutes of me just yapping. Um, yeah, I really got the urge to create, and I just want to create. But I wouldn't really call myself an artist, because that's gay and lame. I just want to make stuff. But yeah, 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 yeah. Honestly, I'm not even too worried about this. This video is, it's gonna get like 0 views, and that's fine with me. I'm also gonna give it like a really unappealing thumbnail, because I am uploading this. And it's gonna be public. Maybe I will make it private. I don't know, but this is mostly just to, for one, I'm creating something, so this is kind of scratching the itch a little bit. I am making something, even though all I'm doing is talking about myself and you know doing dick all, just talking about my life. Still, it is technically making something. I'm making a video, and there is a visual as well as an auditorial based aspect of this video. So that is creating in a way. And again, like I said at the beginning, I hope I can kind of hold myself accountable with these videos because there's really nothing holding me back at this point. It's really just myself. That's another thing about life. Here's another. I'll give you another one of my little philosophies for free. Because I'm such a wise man. Really, like 99% of the problems in life are, you make them yourself. You really make your own problems. Because to tie into that, another thing I believe is that, 99.9999999, a lot of 9% um, of life is out of your control. Really, the only thing you can control, and it's really limited even to, it's limited to an extent. The only thing you control in life, I believe, is what you think, like your brain, what you think and what you believe. That's really the only thing you can control in life. And even then, maybe that's not even true because I know at least for me, like I said earlier, I feel like a different person half the time. Like as days go on, I feel like I'm a different person day after day, and there's no consistency. And I think part of that is just because my brain is like all over the place. I had a little bit ADHD with it. I know I definitely have a little bit of OCD, but let me not self-diagnose myself. Who knows? Maybe I'm perfectly fine. But is there even such a thing as perfectly fine? I don't know. But what was my point? But yeah, yeah. There's really like you really can't control. There's no control in life. It's like it's the thing the Christians say. It's a proverb, or maybe it's like a something in the Bible John 27:7 or some bullshit. Or they say, or you pray and you say, God, give me the strength to know, give me the strength to change what I can and to know what I can't change. I fucked that up, but there's, it's something like that. And, most of life you can't control. And so that's why when you perceive yourself as having these problems with life, um, you're really making them for yourself. There really are no problems. You just have you're born the way you are, and most things are predetermined already. Life is going to happen to you, and you can just accept it, or you can struggle, and the struggle's like pointless to an extent. I don't know if anything I said made any sense. This is all to say I'm basically a determinist. I think that's the is that the word for it? A determinist? Yeah, determinism, the philosophical and scientific belief that all events. Here, I'll bring it over. Scientific fart. Thank you, AI. Under this view, everything that happens must happen the way it does, meaning you could not have acted or decided differently than you actually did. But back to the game. So here's the game I'm making. It's been 23 minutes of yapping. Here's back to the game I'm making. Hopefully the music isn't too loud. This is a test stage I've made. I don't know what the fuck this is. Oops. But yeah, this is what I have so far. I have some ideas for my game. I'm gonna talk about that in a different video, probably tomorrow. It's technically already tomorrow because it's 2 in the morning. So I'll talk about it later today after I get some sleep. I'm not even feeling that tired. But yeah, this is what I got so far. It's really like silly and atmospheric and weird, and quirky, whatever the fart. I drew this guy myself, and then I fucked up his walk cycle. I drew this guy when I wanted to make an entirely different game. I've changed my mind so many times, man. You can talk to him.
Please heed these tired words. Stay clear the writhing mass.
But yeah, basically, I'm using a plugin made by Cutie Virus. It's MZ3D. I am an RPG maker, MZ. And so yeah, that's going to be the big component of my game. I think the big drawing factor. I do kind of want my game to be successful. It is going to be free, but I do want at least like maybe a small handful of people to play it and have opinions about it. That's my goal. I don't even want a bunch of people to play it. I just want like at least a fistful of people to have an opinion on it. And hell, if I can make someone, feel emotions while playing my game, that would be a win, I think. But again, I must remind myself I'm not doing this for the clout or nothing. First it comes from the innate drive inside me to create. And something in me just really wants me to make a game. Even though, truthfully, I'm not really that much of a gamer. But yeah, so here is the writhing mass in question. That guy was talking about. Be clear the writhing mass. Stay clear the writhing mass. Yeah, here's the writhing mass. So that's one level. Yeah, a bunch of this stuff like this map. This map. Fun fact for you: the submarine 1, 4, 3, 5, 2. These were all inspired by the Amazon warehouse I work at, and all these maps I used as backdrops, I should say, for my animation I made late from break. Again, check out my Newgrounds, Ali Lewis. It's linked in it's linked in the channel description. I'll probably link it in the description of this video if I care to. But yeah, these maps were just made for my animation. This is where the animation starts. There's a painting of Miku. I really like Miku. I'm a fake fan too. Like I don't like a bunch of Miku songs or nothing. I don't know a lot of Miku lore, but I am a big fan of Miku. She's like a deity in my eyes. Tin lunchbox, take it. Take the tin lunchbox. So, Yeah, I'm excited to make more videos. Uh, yeah, I think going forward, a lot of these life logs are going to be about the game I want to make. Um, because like I said way back in the beginning of this video, um, I'm not in college currently. I could still make some life logs about that. Like I still have a couple more steps I have to do before I start school. Like I have to pay tuition still, and I have to get my books and ID. And student orientation is next week for me, so I'll probably make a life log about how that goes. Um, yeah, but for now though, it's summer. I only have to work 20 hours a week now, so I have a decent bit of free time. So I want to. Here's my goal with the game is I want to actually make something. I want to get like the opening and like I want to make a map. I want to make at least one map and I want to make an opening segment. Is all I want to do at least before I start college, right? I have about a month before I start college now, so I want to start this game because I feel like there's a good chance once I start college I'll have like no time. Pardon me. I don't know what that was. I'll have, there's probably a good chance I'll have no time to work on my game because I was doing the math. I was formulating my schedule in my head for when I do start school up again. And yeah, I'm going to be working. I'm going to either have work or have a class every day of the week. And on Thursdays I'll have two classes and I'll have to go to work. So I'm going to be really busy. But I think even then like there's really no excuse. I could still work on the game even between all that if I cut out all like the bullshit I do. Like I a part of that here's the part of that lazy, my number one let's see, my number one fucking flaw, the laziness. I literally I strive for comfort so much. Like I watch YouTube videos. I've watched and listened to so many pointless fucking YouTube videos that have just cluttered my brain with useless bullshit. And part of that is work because like I said, I've said this to take a shot every time. Like I've said way earlier. Um, at my job, I do the same like monotonous task. No, I don't want to do work. I do the same monotonous task hour after hour. And so luckily you're allowed these company approved headphones. And so for the longest time, while I was working full time, 40-hour weeks, doing the same shit hour after hour, I'd listen to a lot of podcasts and YouTube videos, and I just listen to bullshit, man. And I'm so sick of it. YouTube's awesome. I love YouTube, but I gotta like cut it out. I just, yeah. And also, there's other things I could cut out. Um, yeah, basically, maybe that's another thing with the goal with this life log is maybe I can find a way to optimize. And I hate that word. I don't want to like fully optimize my life. It's still important to enjoy things. I'll still enjoy watching YouTube videos or like kicking back and drinking a brewski with my friends every now and then. I don't want to fully optimize, but still, like, I feel like such a slob and such a lazy buffoon. Uh, that hopefully with these life logs I can come up with a strategy of some sort to become more efficient and to work on my goals more because that's really what's important to me, honestly. And I say that's what's important to me all the time. And yeah, I always fall back and I rest on my laurels and I go back to being a bum and just watching YouTube and laying back and playing with my ding dong and eating chips, whatever the fuck. Whatever the fuck. But yeah. So, um hopefully I can be more efficient in the future. This is a fun one. This map is actually pretty neat. I don't even think I'll use this for my game. I might, just because I put so much effort into it. But it's not really that well optimized. There's that word again, optimized. Because as you saw, there's a large body of water to the south here, the only edge. Yeah, yeah, yeah. When I made this map, I was really like in my feels and shit, and I was like in a phase where I was doing a lot of poetry. So I tried to be real artsy fartsy. But yeah, like I was saying, this map is not the best made because it's so large. And like as you enter different chunks of it, the game kind of slows down and like buffers. It's so farting dark. Where am I? Oh, but see, that's the thing. That lamppost is not working, and I think the lamppost brings a sense of order in the dark. Most of them don't work anymore, though. I suppose this place isn't free from entropy. Nowhere is. See, I was really, I was really in my bag, man. I was really trying to get poetic with it. Yeah. I almost said coded. This is not coding. I evented this. You know, use lantern, yes, and then yeah, now you have a little light coming off you. I'll explore these maps more in like later uh life logs. What am I gonna call these? LLLs? Life layer da da da. So you can go with these fences. There used to be people here. Citizens, I suppose. They never spoke nor even moved. They've all gone now, or perhaps they were all plucked away like petals from a dull flower. Like, what the fuck was I cooking? I don't know. That was such a gay line. But I have no other words. But yeah, you know, you got these street lamps. Nice little city. Fun fact, I actually used Death City from Soul Eater as a reference when I was making this place. But you probably couldn't tell that because this looks nothing like fucking Death City. It just looks like a random city. Anywho, it's been 30 minutes. That's the gist of things, I suppose. This is like the 5th channel I've made now. I could go into that whole conundrum, but yeah, I just wanted to start afresh. I don't want people I know in real life to see this. But still in the end they might. And if that happens, oh well. Um, I don't want to make any more goddamn channels, okay? But you know, if you're somehow if someone's watching this and you enjoyed yourself, check out this channel, man. Check out this channel, Boss Ass Pimp. That's my gaming channel. I haven't posted to it in like 2 months. I kind of gave up on it, but yeah, that was my gaming channel. I might post that more. But if this was a goal on my list here, this would be like goal number 6. You know, this is not too important. I have like hanging out with family and friends above this. I have, uh, I don't know. This is a pretty low down in the list of important layered items. But yeah, lifelog, layer. What? Yes, lifelog layer 0. All right. Oh my God, put some pants on. Yeah, okay. Cosnecteto, everybody. All right, get the fuck out of here, gang. All right, that's all. Lifelog layer 0. Goodbye.
Let's have a word of encouragement from Chia-chan. You do your do-do, but